What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the next video in learning cloud computing. My name is QTS Dani and you guys are watching my channel Coriowood. Alright, so in this video we're going to discuss why we need cloud. In the previous video we have already seen the introduction of the cloud and the history of the cloud. So before we go for cloud, what is the cloud definition? First, it should make sense for us why we need a cloud and why is it so important, why our company, if you're working in a company or if you're going for a job, say a company hiring cloud, the guys that knows the cloud. And first to begin with, it should make sense why we need a cloud. Say for example, if you have a company, if you start a website or start a small company, then it should always make sense that why we need a cloud in the first place. So in this video we're going to discuss why we need a cloud, and we have subscribed our channel message. So we're going to be back after this subscribe our channel message. Please subscribe Coriowood. As always, our programming videos will continue. At Coriowood we are committed to bring you the best programming videos. If you like my videos, please subscribe my channel. Click the bell icon to stay updated with my new videos. Welcome back, and as we said before, the subscribe my channel message, we say why we need a cloud. So in this video, this is the right video if you guys don't know why we need a cloud. Okay, so first to begin with, the cloud derive its name when the whole internet was first around like a cloud. When there was internet the first times came in, the cloud started, the cloud got its name from that time. And at that time they say, instead of explaining the whole thing, just put something like a cloud in the sky, and that's how the cloud got its name, because they say it means everything, it covers the whole system. So we can think of this cloud of all of networking: TCP IP, all protocol, routers, DNS, packets, ports, etc, whatever. So as I already mentioned that and the cloud took its name when the old times, when the internet networking first began, and programmer used to put some sort of cloud to say that this it means all of networking. Say for example, in the networking we can see there is a TCP IP, there is a packets there is protocols there. By protocol we mean all the protocol. We have a router there, we have a DNS there, we have a IP there, we have a packets, ports, whatever you can think of a networking. So that's what from the old times programmers used to put draw some sort of cloud that to represent this is the networking. So for example, but inside that cloud they meant everything from the TCP IP all the way to packet, ports, whatever that was included inside the cloud. And say for example, we are here as a user sitting in front of our computer, and we are connected to this cloud. So you can think of this as yourself, and you're sitting in front of your laptop watching, say for example, YouTube videos here, and this YouTube video is connected to somewhere in the cloud. You don't know where, and we don't want to know. And in turn, this cloud, we all know that this cloud is connected to the server somewhere. Say YouTube, we are watching, as you guys watching these YouTube videos in front of your laptop or your mobiles or whatever you guys watching, and keep in mind that this YouTube server, this YouTube's connected to the internet, and this YouTube's connected to the server somewhere through this internet, and it goes inside the cloud, because Google uses cloud, and this cloud in turn goes and connects somewhere in the server. So we as a user, we are using this YouTube channel, and we are connected to the cloud, and you don't care, we don't want to know where the cloud is, we don't care where the cloud is, what is the IP, what is the DNS of the YouTube is, all the whatever, what servers YouTube is using, what IP YouTube is using, what DNS, whatever technicalities YouTube is using, we don't care. And we don't care where this cloud is. Maybe it's in America, or it's under the water, or it's under the Pacific, or is on the moon. We don't care, and we don't even care where this server is. So technically, you guys watching this video, and this video is coming from somewhere, where it's coming from the storage system somewhere inside the cloud. So now that as you guys know that there is a guys there working for PayPal. They created this app, YouTube, called YouTube at the old times. As I said, these three guys at the PayPal, they created this popular app called YouTube, our website. They have connected this app, their apps, to the internet. They deployed the app on the internet. And as I remember, the guys were a guy which was from Bangladesh. I believe he was from Bangladesh. His name was Javed Karim, and another guy was Steve Chen, and another guy was Ched Hurley. And they created the YouTube in 2005. We all know that the Google handles the YouTube, but the YouTube is not created by Google. It's created by the guys working at PayPal somewhere in America. The Google bought it for $1.65 billion. All right, so we are very creative. For example, we have the same mentality. We have already created one very popular app. We have worked like for 2 years or something. Then we put it, deployed our website, which we develop a social networking site, and we call it a popular social network site website, and we deployed our website on the internet, because we are very creative now. So now we have a social website and hosting company, and everything is set. For example, when you create your website in your computer, local host, because that's on development mode, and you guys needs to put it on production mode. Production means it goes to the end user. All right, so when we create our social and website, everything's finished, we put it on production, and then we have to look for the hosting company. Hosting company are the hosting which we have to pay money. Say for example, we pay 10-15 bucks for our name to the ICANN, which is the international agency that handles all the website names, DNS. Then we have to find another hosting company. We can find GoDaddy, or you can find SiteGround, or if you can find Hostinger, or you can find in Singapore. And you can find as little as 10 bucks, and you can find as expensive as like $1,000 a month. So you can find it any kinds of hosting companies. Some companies are very extremely good and extremely fast, have a uptime for 100% or 99% uptime. Uptime means when your website's alive online. And some companies have like 80%. Some companies, they are very dirt cheap. They can provide as much as the good companies. All right, so long story short, we have now we are very excited because we have a social networking site, and we put it on online through the hosting company, and everything is set. Then the users finding our website and signing in our website. Users through the computers connect to the internet, and the internet connects to our social networking server. So we have this app, and people slowly finding in school, colleges, universities, they're finding our app, that our app's very, very popular, and they are telling each other word of mouth that comes in this website, connects with me. I want to share my post, I want to share my photos, I want to share where I live, I want to share you my feelings, whatever. So the user is going to come here in our websites, and they gonna interact with our website. All right, and then what happens? We are very happy because we are getting rich, and our website is booming. Till what? Because we already set the website, we already connected to the internet. We are getting rich because the users coming in say hundreds of users coming, and we can run our ads, and our website is booming. And then what? As you guys gonna see, till our business grow and our users boom from 1 user to 100 and to 1,000 and to 1 million. So we had a 1 user, and that was us. That was the guys who create the website, and it becomes his mind, then another mind, then another family, friends, whatever. Then becomes 6, 7, 10, 100, maybe in the one city, and then exploded to a state, and then exploded to a country. Say with the country, if it explodes to one country or one continent, and I guarantee you it's going to be more than 1 million, then you have a problem. So now our users connected to our internet, to our websites, because it's not a 1 user as before. There was only us, and it goes, then we have to provide a 2 server. So now we are under pressure, so we increase the number of our server from 1 to 2. As before we had only one server, and now we have to increase it to 2. And as you guys noted, because the first one we only needed one server because it was only us, then it becomes, say for example 100, we still need one server, then it becomes 1000, we still need one server. But what about if it hits a 1 million plus? Then I think one server can't process all the information. We need another server, so we're gonna go somewhere and quickly hire one more server and to our cloud, and they say, all right, let's start working with this one. Because as we can see in our website, we have thousands, and we have 1 million, then it becomes a 2 million, then becomes a 3, 5, becomes a 10. So now how can we make connections between the two servers so they talk to each other? Okay, so we still have our users and our users growing. So in this scenario, we are here. As initially before, there was only one server which was handling all our storage and everything. But when we put another one here beside it, and we put a MySQL, whatever is storage engine, we put it here. So now there is a 2 servers handling. So now what we're going to do, does these 2 servers talks to each other. Say for example, if the user 1 here, and the users, for example, there's 20 million users here, and there's a 20 million users here. What if the users wants to communicate with each other? They found each other, and they found, say for example, they liked their photos, that they like whatever they want to do. So how these 2 servers, they're gonna talk to each other. And what we're gonna do, that we're gonna introduce something is called load balancer. And as you know here, that now we put a load balancer, so we distribute our incoming traffic to both servers. So now instead of putting like this, because it's not going to work out, now we have the same one. For example, we have 40 million users, and now all the 40 million users connected to our cloud, our website, and through this one we put in between these 2 servers, we put something called load balancer, because we're going to balance the load. So now these 2 is gonna be working with each other. And just tell you that many big websites, they're gonna say, for example, they're gonna use the username and everything here, and they're gonna use say for example the post and photos, whatever, they're gonna put it here just to take the pressure off from one server and put it. Makes sense, because if you guys are having say USB connected to your computer, and say for example you guys could keep putting your videos, videos. So if, for example, if you have 50 gigabytes of storage, that USB is going to be filled soon, and then you guys need another USB, because you guys are gonna have this one's filled, and then you guys need to have another one. So you guys need to make sure that because in this, if we are on the live server, we can pretend that we are having a USB here, because we are having a live website with the real people are chatting with each other, having a good time. They are sharing the photos, they're sharing the videos. But all of these people, they don't care where is our servers are, where is our load balancer are. Maybe it's in Antarctica, they don't care. As long as they go here and register their name, and they log in, authenticate, and they go and they see their friends. And if they want to say, for example, Mr. George or Mr. Tony, whatever they want to find in this server, there has to be a way for them to connect. And they don't care if we have 2 servers. They don't want to know. All they care is that they go there, register themselves, and they can find their school, their favorite college, universities. And at this time, we can't just turn around and tell users, look, we are having a pressure here on our servers. We are increasing in our servers. It doesn't make sense to users. They don't want to know this one. They don't care, because even if you have a servers in Antarctica, where where Eskimos live, they don't care, because as long as they have you guys managing your servers, and you guys managing everything here. So for example, in the second servers, we are introduced here the load balancer, or LB. We can distribute all our servers here. So we can take this first server is going to take, say for example, 10 million users, because we have 20 million users. The first server is going to handle the 10 million people, and the second server is going to handle another 20 million people, for example, our 10 million people. And we're going to, through this load balancer, we're going to balance the load, and they're going to, these two is going to talk to each other. Say for example, they're going to send to messages to each other, and then this process is very seamless and flawless, because the users, they don't even notice that we have different servers. As you guys can see, the Twitter using it, the Facebook, they do that, every other websites they do that. When initially you create your website, you're the only one. Say the website only needs a small server, they don't need a big massive server, because as the users grow, and if you guys don't know, when you go and sign up with say for example hosting company, the hosting company warns you that if you have say for example 10,000 users, I'm going to charge you this much, but if your users grown, daily users grown more than 10,000, then you have to upgrade your service, and you're going to need another service, means they're going to assign you another server. Say for example, in the case of Facebook, the guy who invented Facebook, he was the only one, and then he invited his mates, then his mates invited his mates, then his family, friends, whatever. Then it grew to 100 and 1,000, even 1 million. One server can handle 1 million easily, no problem. But what if you go there and it becomes 2 million, 20 million? Then the hosting company is going to send you a bill. It says, look, we're having a problem here, you have to increase your server here, you have to pay more money to us, because now we are so rich, because we decide, look, we're going to tell the hosting company, look, we don't need you, because I'm gonna manage everything myself, because we have 20 million users and we are rich, we are gonna hire a lot of staff, and we're gonna handle this one, everything is ourselves. So we're gonna create this cloud, we're gonna create everything, we're gonna bring the first server, they're gonna bring the second server, quickly connect these both servers with each other. And because now we are a company, we are a massive company, that people comes in and buy shares, and people comes in and buy stock in our company. We are now not a one person studying the uni or college, whatever we study. We are just a CEO now, because we are hold a title, and they are like, say for example 100, we have a 50 or we have a 20 or 30 people working in our in my company, for example. So now we, as a company, we put a server, we bought one server and we bought the second server, and through this one quickly we put a storage here and the storage in the second one, and we quickly introduce the load balancer to balance the load between the two servers, so that now the two servers talk to each other. All right. So now we have two servers here, and there is one more potential problem, and we're going to see what is the problem. What happens if the load balancer, our LB, dies? That is the real problem, because now we have our users increasing. We're gonna have here and our what happens if this load balancer dies? You have your servers, you have this server here, all goody till one day we wake up and there is everyone's screaming that this load balancer died. What are we gonna do? So before this one happened, because we already knew this is gonna happen, because there's gonna be under pressure. Say for example, from 40 we are reaching to 60 million people. We just introduced something called single point of failure, our SPOF, to our load balancer, and increase load balancer to 2. All right, so now our user is increasing. Say for example, now it's coming, we're gonna put our first load balancer, and that's our second one. At this point, if you look in here, now our users reach, say for example 90,000, and our load balancer is under pressure. Is so much under pressure that we have to increase this load balancer to from not 1 to 2. Say for example, if one load balancer handles the 2 servers and connect to the 2 servers at the same time, what if we introduce SPOF, a single point of failure? Say for example, we're gonna put another load balancer here to say, now we're going to see that there is another load balancer here, and we're going to introduce this load balancer. So now all of our users connecting, sharing, having good time, and we have increased from 1 to 2 here. and we have created another load balancer here. So the first load balancer manages the front server, and the second one manages this server. Okay, so now what if this one fails and this one quickly comes in, because we have introduced single point of failure or SPOF here, because we want the two of them to talk to each other. So for example, what if this we wake up, if this one fail, this one connects this to the same two servers. If this one fails, what are we gonna do? Because we have this one now. So what if this one doesn't know about anything about the first load balancer, first LB? So what we're going to do, we have to create a connection between the two. So now we have effectively created, say for example, the first server, and then we have the second server, and through this load balancer we are communicating with this one. And now we introduced the second load balancer, and the second load balancer connects to the first server, and this load balancer connects to the second server. But it makes a lot of sense if we have to create another connection between these two load balancers here. So if you look in here, the first load balancer and the second load balancer, and this is our old load balancer. Now we introduce this one, and now we're going to introduce this SPOF, or single point of failure, because we need to, this one we need to have a mechanism. If this one dies, we go on this one. Say now this one is responsible, this one's gonna quickly takes just for example, if you guys are having electricity, if you have a house, you don't care if your electricity, if you have power failure or blackout or load shedding, whatever you have, you don't care, because you're just a house. But what if you have a 5-star hotel? You can afford to your guests that are spending hundreds of thousands in dining, or inside your coffee shops, or inside your gaming, or inside gaming lounge, or inside party, they're having a party, they're having good times, or inside the lobby, restaurant, nightclub, whatever you have in your hotel, you can afford to have a power failure. So what you're going to do, you bring something called generator, electricity generator. You have to create a massive department. Then you have to have a engineering department, say all your plumbers and all your say for example electricians, and everyone works there. And this engineering department should have a massive amount of a big generator to handle when there is a power failure inside your hotel. Because as soon as the power failures, and this generator quickly starts, and this is a real, I'm talking in the real world. Every 5-star hotels have engineering departments, and every engineering departments have this massive big generator in the event of the power generator. They don't use the power generator often because there's no need, because there is a flow of electricity. But if just in case, if there is a bad timing, if say for example there is a natural disasters, or there is a floods, or there is something that the power goes away, then quickly this generator sense it, because it's automatically connected to the grid. And as soon as the power ends from there, this one starts within seconds. As soon as the power goes away, there is a blackout, and within just a few seconds, this generator is started by itself. It's a very loud noise called boom. With the loud noise, it starts and it powers the whole hotel, including the lobby, every room, everything. And keep in mind, the generator is not going to power everything, because in five lights, only one's going to be, say for example, you have a light in one of them. Say for example, you have a light in the lobby, you have a light in where there is a guest presence, for example in the coffee shop, or in the light in the, but you're not going to have a light, say for example in the floors. But in the floors, that's fine. If one light, if not a 10 light, three lights going to do the job. Say for example, if there is places that the guests not going to go, so there is one light's enough. But that's one, because in the event of failure, what we're going to do now, we have the same scenario here that I give you the real world example. Now we have introduced second load balancer, and we have to have some sort of mechanism that this one's going to connect in this one's connected to this one, and these two talks to each other. If this one fails, this one starts automatically. takes charge, and this is in charge, and this is now gonna come and talk to this one and this one at the same time. The users at the other end, they won't even notice. They don't even notice this one, because if this one dies, we quickly get to action. We're gonna call all our staff, engineers, whatever, to come and replace this one, whatever, and then we're gonna, with one of them, and quickly we're gonna replace this one, and quickly so this one, just in case if this one happens something, if this one comes under pressure. All right, so now we increased our load balancer, and all our load balancers talk to each other. And so now, what if both of the load balancers die? Oh, MG. Oh my God, there is a problem now, because what if both of them die? For example, if we are putting a system that says that I'm okay, I'm running. Say, for example, this handles both of them. What happens if this one dies as well at the same time? Then we have a disaster. Your user is gonna wake up, and they're gonna try to log in. They are all registered. We have 90 million users, for example. They want to log in, and there is no response because all the servers down. So if our load balancer dies, it means there is no server. So if there is no server is not awake, our server is dark, that the user is not going to see anything inside the website. And just like a hotel, if you don't have a light in the coffee shop, our restaurants, our dining room, loss of customers, it means loss of revenue. It means you're going to lose a lot of money, because the customer is not going to be happy. The customer is not going to visit your hotel again. And it means when there is no customer, it means there is no business. When there is no business, it means there is no money flowing. When there is no money flowing, it means that you're going to go broke. You're going to go bankrupt. So in order to avoid that one, the hotels and the coffee shops, they put I'm talking about the 5-star hotels, not just small ones. And then they need to put generators, the massive big generators. So if one generator dies, another one takes over. So they have two work simultaneously beside each other, and they are working with each other. Okay, so in our case, because we are not a hotel, but we are a web making company, social networking side, and our users going to be here. If both dies, then we are in serious problem. And trust me, we're going to use a lot of customers. So according to Google, if your website loads, say for example 10 milliseconds late, for example, if your check your website speed, if it loads very quickly, it means there is good for the user. The user is going to turn up. The user is not going to wait for your websites to load forever. They're going to leave your websites. So Google search engine prefers websites. If you don't know, I tell you that the Google web server, Google prefers websites that are load fast, lightning speed, and we are talking about a fraction of a milliseconds. Gone are the days that the website used to take like 5 minutes, and when the internet arrived in 1993 or 1995, and you put in your website, and the website took 3 hours to load. That was the days are gone. And now every website loads within a fraction of the seconds. Fraction of the seconds. So if your websites are not taking long, say for example about 5 seconds, it means your website's very, very bad, and the user is not going to wait for your websites, and the users definitely going to go. So it's going to be loss of revenue for you, loss of income for you. Your website is going to be down, and your website is going to be out of the picture very soon. So in order to avoid that, now if you look in here, we have to put another load balancer. So now here we are having a lot of users here, and all of our users are coming here, because what if this 2 dies, we have to put another load balancer here. And if you look in here, what if this 3 dies, then we have to put 4 load balancer here, and we have to increase the number of the servers here. So now all our users growing by the numbers, and all of these are quickly filling up. We are have to put it quickly, because now we are a massive company, and we have put another server here. Then we have to put another, make it 3, then we make it 4, then we make it 5. And as the amount of these servers increasing, then we have to increase the load balancer too, because this one handles this one and this one and this one at the one time, the server 1. The second load balancers are handling the server 1, 2, 3. The third load balancer is gonna handle the server 1, 2 and 3, and the first load balancer is gonna talk to this one, the second one, and the second one has to be connected to the third one, because this one's gonna handle, say for example, 20 million people, 20 million users. This one's gonna handle to another 20, this one's gonna handle another 20, and all of them has to be able to talk to each other. And keep in mind, they don't care how many servers you have. You as a user never cared how many servers the YouTube has. You as a user never cared where the servers of the YouTubes are located, how many load balancer they have, how many staffs working there, what's the size of the warehouse in the Google or Facebook or Twitter, how many load balancers, say for example the Twitter has, how many load balancers, say for the Facebook has. Maybe they have 150 load balancer, for example, and all of the load balancer, they're talking to each other, and all of them, they are connected to each server. Say for example, you are residing here, your ID in a Facebook, say for example your ID is 40 millionth, and your mates here sitting here, his ID is his or she's ID is here 60 millionth, and you are somehow you found your mate, which was your school buddy, and you guys want to talk to each other. But keep in mind that you don't know that you're sitting in server 1 and your friend is sitting on server 3. You don't know, you don't care. Why would you want to know that how many servers the Facebook uses and how many load balancers the Facebook uses? As long as the Facebook provide you the service, and as long as you can find whatever you want, and as long as you guys will spend time on their website, on the Facebook site, you're going to be okay. There's no problem with you. So now we as a web developer, we as a computer programmer, we as the owner of the website, we have created joint costly hardware complications. And you guys are going to look here, because that's why it's called net, because it's internet. It means there is a net here, there is a big massive net here, so but it's a messy now. So every time we increase load balancer, we invite another problem. So we have grown our load balancer and servers beyond recognition. At the beginning of this slide, we are only one user with our laptop. We created something and we connected to the hosting provider, and hosting provider was happy because he's charging you money till the hosting provider had enough and said, look, we cannot handle your things, and now you have to create your own. So because we are a massive company with a few employees, we're getting rich and our business booming, we have to create our own servers. And tell you, the hosting providers handles the small websites, but not as massive as Facebook or Twitter or Google, because you guys, when you reach at that point, you need to create your own server company, because no one can handle all the whatever your things are, the users and the pressure are. So you are hiring, you are putting 1, you're going to put 2, you're going to put 3, and then you, as you guys increase whatever, then you guys going to create a mess here. Look at here, what if you have just by 3 we're gonna get dizzy, but just by look of it, because you have to connect this one to this one, this one to this one, and you connect it. What if you have a 15 of these and you have like say for example 300 servers? What happens after that? And I'm telling you, you as the owner going to be extremely frustrated, extremely say under pressure, extremely anxious that what if 2 of these or 3 your load balancer, what if your server dies, what happens if this one of there's a problem to any of this. We now need an army of networking engineers to come and fix all the complex networking problem. So as before, we only dealing with one, as I said before, with one hosting provider. Now you don't need one hosting provider can help you now. Now you need a lot of means an army of networking engineers to come and fix all the complex networking problem, because now we have created a very, very complex problem here now. we are increasing the load balancing, and we are connecting the load balancer to the servers, to each server, because all of them needs to be connected to each other. Because say for example this user is sitting here, there is a 10 million sitting here, or there's 20 million sitting here, so they're talking to each other all the time around the clock. So if one side of the world, for example in Russia and Japan is morning, in America is for example is a night, and when the Europe and everything becomes afternoon whatever, then the other side gets dark. So your servers are working around the clock, around the second, because if one side of the world is dark, people sleeping, another side is active, another side of this planet is active. Say for example America's day, when America's dark, and then Europe's going to be day, or Asia is going to be day. So your server is going to be working around the clock non-stop, because everything with the machinery, when you work around the clock, it breaks down. So you guys we need networking engineers to come and fix all of these complex networking problems. Alright, but there is a solution. Or it would be a lot nicer and easier if someone else do all this hard work for us. So as we said, isn't it nice that you, because your use everything is increasing, another company comes and do it for you. Say for example, there are companies like Amazon, AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure, which offer all of the above and take care of all our networking problems like cooling, storage, hardware backups, and so on. So now we know that all of these companies, as I mentioned, like a massive, like Amazon, AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure, and they have experience, and they're massive in their cloud, which offer all of the above and take care of all of our networking problems like cooling, as I said, like storage, hardware, backup, and so on. So what if we have this million users? We go, say for example, to Amazon AWS, we say we have a credit card, we tell Amazon, look, I have this much users and I have this much website, can you offer me this cloud? And Amazon in turn is going to say, yes, I can offer you this cloud. What is your credit card number, and what is the billing, whatever the billing. And as soon as you connect to the cloud, Amazon is going to come online, and you don't care how many servers Amazon gonna give you. You don't care how many load balancer Amazon gonna give you. You don't care how many any of these platform Amazon is going to give you, how many services Amazon is going to give you, how many load balancer Amazon is going to give you. You don't care. Or Google, you don't care. And as your the users grow, then the Amazon is going to grow these ones as well. So Amazon is going to be specialized in this field, and as your users hits for example 100 million, 200 million, then the Amazon is going to increase all of these servers and everything to 200 million. So for example, so Amazon take care of all your server needs. So this is the cloud. This is we mean the cloud. So for example, first when you are creating a website and you're doing, for example, like Alibaba, and no one knows your website, and the people's finding out your website, and your website is cool, it's cheap, it's quick, and everything, and trust me, your website is going to go very quick. And some of these hosting providers and warns you the first, if your website is gonna say 10,000 visitors a month, they're not gonna charge you like they're charging you now. They're gonna charge you lots of amount of money, and till they're gonna come to a point when that hosting provider say, look, I can't handle your traffic. When it reaches 1 million or 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 10 million, then you guys need a cloud. Then you guys need to go there in the cloud service like Amazon or Google, because they're massive trillion-dollar companies. Because Amazon is a trillion-dollar companies, Google and also Microsoft, they're all trillion-dollar. I believe Amazon is like 1.5, 2 trillion, Google is 1.25 trillion, and Microsoft is also 1 trillion. So they're trillion-dollar companies, and with that trillion-dollar companies, they have experience. And like Amazon is very old, Google is also old company, Microsoft very old companies, and they have a lot of experience with the cloud. They have a lot of experience with all of this above. And we, as we know now, load balancer, maybe Microsoft knew about this load balancer maybe in 1990s and 1980s, so they have that much experience. Like Amazon, very old. They're there 1995, 97, 98, 2000. So Amazon, very old company, and they have a massive resources, a massive amount of technical know-how, technical they know all about load balancing, and they know all about the networking. So, and they offer that one for, they're going to do everything, whatever, they're going to take care of all of this just for, and they're going to bill you. How easy is this? You don't even know, you don't need to bring the server, you don't need to bring say an army of engineers, you don't need to bring the load balancing, you don't worry about the load balancer, you don't worry about the which load balancer is going to die, you don't worry about the connecting the load balancer to each other, you don't worry about anything. This is the cloud. That's how we study cloud. So I welcome you guys again to cloud, because cloud is very interesting. We have a lot of subjects to cover. We know, and the next video we're gonna see what cloud actually is. We're gonna see the cloud and how cloud evolved from the 1950s all the way now. So how the cloud evolved, what was the reason that for the evolution of the cloud, and make the cloud so popular. And we're gonna see the, now we know the, we're gonna see what cloud is. All right, so the next video we're gonna see what the cloud is actually is, and you're gonna go from there. All right guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe my video. If you guys have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.